when I'm coaching a client who's struggling um, in this area, dating, relationships, I give them mindsets and advice which I know is going to really help them out and not lead them down the wrong paths. I've made some notes of different mindsets that I tend to give people and some advice as well. Firstly, the fundamental ground truth. Every person is worthy of connection. You're born worthy of connection, and you live your whole life in this way. Your body, this is an avatar, a skin, a suit that you wear, but it isn't you. The soul, the personality, the consciousness, the real you is worthy of that social connection. So it's not about passing some tests to become worthy, ticking some boxes, impressing people. All that it's about is removing the barriers that are stopping you from finding those people that are good for you romantically. And there is stuff you can do. You can work on how you show up in the outer world. Firstly, the first mindset, which is the truth, you can't control timing. What do I mean by this? You don't have the power, no one does, to control when you're going to meet somebody nice. Anybody that says you can control the timing is lying to you. You don't have that ability. But the anxiety mind, it loves to control timing. It loves to create goals like, I'm going to meet somebody by the 8th of June at 2 p.m. It will happen by that moment. That's what the anxiety mind loves. It loves that structure. It loves that certainty. It doesn't like uncertainty. But the timing of when you meet somebody is completely uncertain. It's the nature of this area of life. There is lots of unknowns. There is uncertainty. A mindset that a couple of my clients have had before doing the coaching. And one guy that I coached last week had this mindset. He created a goal to meet somebody by the time he turned 40. He made this goal when he was 38. Didn't meet somebody by the time he had his 40th birthday, and has since reached out to me for one-to-one coaching. So I helped him realize that you can't control the timing, and it's not healthy to set goals like this. The problem with a goal like I want to meet somebody by this particular date, by this age. The problem is that it puts pressure on yourself. It makes you frantic, makes you panic. And as that date approaches, if you haven't yet met somebody, it's going to amplify the panic and stress and fear that you're experiencing. And then if you don't meet somebody by the date, you'll feel like you've failed. But the only failure was bad goal setting. Goal setting that isn't congruent with the way the world really works. And it's freeing to know that you can't control the timing, so you don't have to. This doesn't mean do nothing. It just means don't worry about the timing, because there's no point in worrying. The next thing, which is really a piece of advice rather than a mindset, is to get away from negative content, especially forums. These are really bad places to go to if you're trying to work on your dating life, become more confident, find a relationship when you're meant to. Any content that leaves you feeling worse off, leaves you feeling disempowered, is negative and unhelpful content. There's so many ideas out there, it's like a minefield. People are making the simple really, really complex. Too much theory, not enough practical action taking. You don't need to read a giant book to know how to meet somebody. Something that my mentor would always say to me when I was receiving coaching is that success is simple, but the mind makes it complicated. And this is so true. And based on this, there's two questions that I often ask guys who are struggling in this area. And I could ask the same question to women as well. Firstly, are you actually having conversations with people that you're interested in dating? Are you having conversations? The second question, when you're getting to know somebody that you like, are you letting them know that you like them and asking them out? If you can answer yes to both of these questions, there's a level of sabotage going on. There's a barrier getting in the way. Maybe it's your lifestyle. Maybe you're not going to socials. And as a side note, because it's relevant here, I always recommend clients with social anxiety to go to a couple of socials a week. For example, socials on platforms like meetup.com, family socials, work socials, 2 socials a week. So maybe if you're not having conversations with people that you're like, you're not putting yourself out there often enough. You don't need to have it take over your life trying to meet somebody. But if you can go to a couple of socials a week, that's a great starting point. So getting away from negative content is fantastic. Getting around uplifting content or not needing any content, this is even better. And forums are the worst places. They profit from keeping you stuck and frustrated. Trying to sell you uncertainty in an area of life that is inherently uncertain. So there are things you can work on to increase your chances. Firstly, confidence. Not feeling confident in yourself is going to create a barrier to connecting with another person. It's going to put up a block. And it makes a huge difference. Massive difference. I'm someone that used to lack confidence big time. Worked super hard to become confident, including paying for receiving private coaching and doing public speaking, improv comedy, facing my fears, growing as a person, getting real life experience. Since becoming a lot more confident, definitely I've noticed more looks and interest. People respond to me differently. Now I'm more confident. Definitely makes a big difference. So one thing that you can work on is confidence. Another thing you can work on, health and fitness. I promise you that this makes a difference. Definitely increases your odds. If you get fit and healthy, feel good in your own skin, you're doing regular cardio, your mood's going to be better, a nice energy to be around, you're going to just feel better in yourself. It will make you more confident. So confidence, fitness and health, They're two things that you can 100% work on. Social skills, this is really important too. Working on your people skills. Again, improv comedy is great for this. Going to different socials and getting the experience. Next thing you can work on is honesty. If you're not being yourself, it's going to be hard to truly connect with somebody. Requires vulnerability and bravery to actually put your true personality out there. So confidence, health and fitness, social skills and honesty. Great things to work on, which are going to indirectly increase your chances of meeting somebody nice. Finally, your life setup. I touched on this before when I recommended that you go to a couple of socials a week if you're not already. You're putting yourself out there and you're in situations where there's other people that you're going to be speaking to. And when you're there, you want to have a mindset of abundance. Be open to all kinds of connections. It's perfectly fine to make some new friends. Maybe you find a work connection, business connection, a client. You might find a romantic partner as well, but you just don't know. So being open to whatever connections you're meant to get and trusting in abundance, this is key. It's really the art of being yourself and never panicking. And knowing that there's an abundance of opportunities and things happen over time. Being patient. This really helps out. A mindset you can use that might apply to you right now. Perhaps the reason why you're single is simply because you're holding out to meet the right person. You want to meet someone great and not just settle for someone who isn't right for you. So you're happy to wait a bit longer, be more patient. As long as you meet a good person in the end, it's all fine. Another topic which fits in with this is age ranges. Everyone's got different opinions. What I think is that you deciding what's right for you is the key. So personally, of course, someone has to be 18 years or older. So it agrees with society and the law. Beyond this, you're free to choose whatever age range is right for you. Me personally, as I want someone that has a similar level of maturity to me mentally and emotionally. And this could apply to girls that are different biological ages. It could be the case that I get on better with a girl who's 22 than a girl who's 30. I'm 30. But it could be the other way around. So for me, as long as someone is a fully grown adult, age doesn't really matter too much. It's just a number. That's my personal thing. That's my way of viewing it. I don't let other people's negativity and viewpoints interfere with my own. And you could say that as long as you're providing value to a person and the two people are consenting to going out with each other and it's all fine, then it's not other people's business. So if you was dating someone that's 21 or 35, it doesn't matter. Whatever's right for you and the other person. And there's a lot of content out there that makes things seem a lot harder than they are in reality. Content trying to claim you can control things that you can't control. But I promise you that it's really about removing barriers that are isolating you from connecting with people. You might think, how do I get out of the friend zone? I know guys have asked me this in the past. The answer is to let someone know that you like them. That's it. Nothing more complicated than this. That is suffice. But also, if someone's asking these questions, it points to areas that they can work on. It's not nice to go out there and only look for romantic connections. It's nice to be open to different kinds of connections. There's nothing wrong with making a friend. And if you have a chat with somebody and you don't resonate, you're not a good match for that person romantically, doesn't mean you couldn't be great mates. So being open to friendship connections is important as well. And you don't want to go out there and feel like you're chasing and losing your power, losing your value. So rather than trying to put pressure on achieving a certain outcome, why not just actually enjoy yourself, meet loads of people? Within those the people that you're meeting, there's going to be some people who you're interested in romantically. Get to know them over time, and if you're really liking them and they're single, tell them you like them, ask them out. The worst that you can get is a no if it's not meant to be, in which case it's not a reflection on your value as a person. Either there's things you can work on to grow, which is a positive, or it's just not meant to be with that person for whatever reason. Great, you've learned that. They're not wasting your time. You can move on and find someone that you're supposed to go further with. Maybe a fear you have is, but what if I get bad vibes? What if I get speaking to somebody that I like and there's a negative response, um, negative energy? How do I deal with that? So, me personally, if I'm getting bad vibes from somebody and I have the best of intentions, I do the eject move. I don't want to stay in that conversation because I'm bringing good vibes and I want good vibes back. So I just choose to be an adult and say, I'm going to be the bigger person and leave this conversation now. Have a nice time. Take care. And just walk away. And that way you've not been weak. You've stood your ground, but also you've not reacted and been aggressive either. You've given them their bad vibes back. Going to be the bigger person and leave now. Have a nice day. If you feel hurt by a negative conversation, you can always shake your body a bit to get that negative energy out of your system. 5 minutes just to yourself, and then enjoy speaking to somebody different, and don't let that negative person stop you from being yourself with another person who could be amazing. And the fact that there's uncertainty in this area of life is actually what makes it exciting. You might meet your ideal partner tomorrow. You might meet them in 10 years' time. You just don't know. There's no way of knowing for sure, but you can increase your chances. You can make sure you're getting to know people that you like, and you have the courage to tell them you like them and ask them out when it feels right. You can get more confident, work on your social skills, all these different things. And just having a goal of making progress in your personal growth and all these areas that where you can grow, and allowing yourself to meet someone when you're supposed to, being open to someone coming in, it's a much healthier mindset. If you're interested in receiving one-to-one coaching, you want someone to help you out in this area of life or other areas relating to social anxiety, mental health, etc., feel free to drop me an email and we can get on a call so I can check that you're someone who is suitable for me to work with. I only take on people who I'm confident I can help out. And until next time, have an awesome rest of your day. I have one more hour of work to do left for the day, then can just chill out, and looking forward to a nice week of coaching.